Okay, welcome back, founders in the making. In part one, you learned how to go from just an idea to a real working MVP without code, funding, or permission. But now it's time to level up. In part two, we'll show you how to get your college to support your startup. Secondly, win grants from the Indian government. Register your company even as a student, and finally unlock recognition that makes investors, professors, and even your parents take you seriously. So, whether you are in an IIT or a tier 3 engineering college, this is the part where your idea becomes official. So, let's dive into campus support and legal setup, your startup's LaunchPad. So if you have not watched part 1 of this series, would request you to go through that link, of which will be provided in the description of this video, and let's move on. So here, your college campus isn't just a place to attend classes, it's one of the best places to launch your startup. Why? Because you already have access to four things that every startup needs: mentorship, community, early funding, and space to experiment. Let's explore how to make the most of it. Firstly, you can join your entrepreneurship cell in your college. If your college has one, great. If it doesn't, you can start one. E-cells are hubs for student founders. They organize pitch nights, idea jams, business plan competitions, and most importantly, connect you with peers who get it. This is where you will likely meet your first co founder or mentor. Secondly, tap into your college incubator. Many colleges, even tier 2 and tier 3 ones, now have incubation centers thanks to support from DST, AICT, and Startup India. These incubators often offer free or subsidized office space, faculty membership, mentorship, seed grants up to 1 or 2 lakhs, access to startup competitions and accelerators. Let's talk of a real example. A college in Tamil Nadu helped a student team get into the TNSI grant program. They received 1 lakh to build their MVP and later qualified for TANSEED funding. Thirdly, participate in student competitions. Startups like Zepto and Boat may sound big now, but they all began by pitching small. So here are a few must-join competitions. Number one, India Hackathon. So you can solve real-world problems for government and industry. Then we have Microsoft Imagine Cup, where you can build impactful tech products. And then Eureka by IIT Bombay or I2I by IIM Calcutta, open to all colleges. GSEA India chapter, if you already running a student venture, these platforms offer more than prize money. They offer visibility, mentorship, and credibility. Number four, don't ignore your faculty and alumni. That professor who teaches marketing, ask them to review your pitch deck. The alum who now works at Google, ping them on LinkedIn for advice on scaling your app. Mentorship doesn't always need a title, it just needs an initiative. So bottom line, your startup doesn't have to begin in, it can begin in your college canteen, your hostel room, or your final year project file, but only if you knock on the right doors and your campus has more open doors than you think. Okay, so let's move on. So you have got an idea, you have built your MVP. Now it's time to step out and test it in the real world. And what better way to do that than through competitions, right? Because they aren't just about winning prize money, they are about feedback, exposure, and maybe even funding or incubation offers. So let's look at some top competitions for student founders in India that you can apply to right now. Number one is Smart India Hackathon, or in short, it's called SIH. It's run by the government of India. SIH invites student teams to solve actual problems faced by ministries, corporates, and PSUs. From building AI-based traffic systems to health monitoring apps, this is your chance to make real impact and get noticed by decision makers. Number two is Microsoft Imagine Cup. This is more than a coding competition. It is about using tech to solve global challenges. The India regionals are highly competitive, but finalists often get mentorship, funding, and access to Microsoft's startup support ecosystem. And let's be real, having Imagine Cup finalist on your resume, that's huge. Number three is Eureka by IIT Bombay or well by IIM Calcutta. You don't need to be from an IIT or IIM to apply. These B-plan competitions are open to all college students. Finalists get mentoring from real investors, industry leaders, and often early investment leads. Several winners in past editions went on to raise their first angel round within a year. And number four is Global Student Entrepreneur Awards, or GSEA. If you're already running a student startup, this one is for you. Run by Entrepreneurs Organization, GSEA lets you compete internationally and connects you with a global founder network. And yes, it has India chapters with real cash prizes and pitch support. Then number five, you have the Startup in Together program. This bootcamp and venture contest is backed by the government, putting in entries from thousands of colleges. Even if you don't win, you are now visible to incubators, state startup sales, and private investors tracking these contests. So even if you don't win, you win. Why? Because you practice pitching, improve your business model, get real feedback, meet potential mentors, co-founders, and investors. Competitions are the gym for entrepreneurs, and every pitch is a rep that makes you sharper. And you are not alone in this journey. In fact, for the first time in India's startup ecosystem, your college itself is being encouraged by the government to support your startup dreams. Let's break down the institutional support system that exists right now in camps across India. So, Institutions Innovation Council (IIC), backed by the Ministry of Education, IICs are now active in over 3,000 colleges and universities. So what do? They host regular ideathons and hackathons, provide mentorship from faculty and external experts, guide students on IP filing, startup registration and funding schemes, help connect with state startup missions and national incubators. So if your college has an IIC, go meet the coordinator. They can be your launch partner. Second, National Innovation and Startup Policy, NISP. This policy is a game changer for student founders. It encourages colleges to allow you to work on your startup as part of your academic credit, grant semester breaks for startup work, give attendance relaxations to entrepreneurs building real ventures, even allow faculty to co-found startups with students in certain cases. But here is the catch, you have to ask. Not all colleges implement it by default, so check with your academic office. Has our institution adopted an ISP? If yes, ask for their student startup policy. It could save you a ton of stress and unlock new support. Number three, faculty and alumni mentorship. professors can be more than just lecturers, they can be your first strategic advisors. Think about it, that marketing faculty might help you build your go-to-market plan. A computer science teacher could connect you with hackathons. An alumni who now works at a VC firm may help you refine your pitch. So colleges often host alumni days or guest lectures. Be there, be visible, be curious. Your campus is a launchpad, not just a classroom, and your faculties are your hidden advisors. Your policies may already support your ambitions if you take the initiative to ask. So, this is a golden window where academics and entrepreneurship are finally aligned. So, go ahead, unlock the support that's already within reach. Okay, let's now address the elephant in the room. Where do I get the money to build my startup? You are a student, you don't have investors yet, you don't have savings. But guess what? The government of India is actually ready to fund your startup. Seriously, let's look at the most student relevant funding schemes available right now. Startup India Seed Fund Scheme, SISFS, up to 20 lakhs to build your prototype, another 50 lakhs for scaling your startup later. You get this via recognized incubators like those at IITs, NITs, and even tier 2 colleges. If your startup is incorporated and solving a real problem, then you are eligible. Apply through your college incubator or look up the list of SIFS approved ones on the Startup India portal. Number 2, Tide 2.0 for tech startups run by MITI, Ministry of Electronics and IT. This scheme gives you up to 7 lakhs. It's aimed at ideas in AI, IoT, robotics, EdTech, health tech, especially useful for engineering students with tech-driven solutions. Look for incubators like KIIT TBI or IIIT Hyderabad that are a part of this program. Number 3, Nidhi Prayash for hardware innovators. So if your startup idea involves a product like a device or tool, Nidhi Prayas is your go-to scheme. You can get up to 10 lakhs to build a prototype. Think of it as a student-friendly version of Shark Tank minus the sharks. And you don't even need revenue yet, just an idea and a plan. And fourthly, state startup funds. Almost every Indian state has its own funding scheme. Karnataka Elevate, Tamil Nadu TANSEED, Kerala Startup Mission Grants, Telangana T Fund, West Bengal Startup Bengal. These funds often have student quotas or fast track options for first time founders. So visit your state startup mission website. They often post calls for applications and events. And you don't need revenue. You don't need a co-founder from IIT. You just need a real idea, basic pitch deck, and the guts to apply. And if you win even one of these, you not only get funds, but credibility, mentorship, and government-backed validation. So if you thought funding is only available in Delhi, Bangalore, or Mumbai, you will love this new or next insight. Your own state might be quietly running one of India's most effective startup grant programs. Let's decode what's happening on the ground with real data from 2025. What you are seeing here is the number of startups funded under each major state-level startup initiative. Let's break it down. Karnataka Elevate, 60 startups funded. Karnataka is leading the way with its flagship Elevate programs. Startups here can get up to 50 lakhs as a grant, and that includes college-based startups too. They don't just give money, they offer mentorship, training, and market access. So if you are based in or around Bangalore, this is your chance. Tamil Nadu TANSEED, 35 startups. TANSEED is a rising star with a special focus on youth and student-led ventures. So if you are a college co-founder in Chennai, Coimbatore, or even Madurai, you can get 10 to 15 lakhs to launch and test your product. Telangana T Fund, 40 startups funded till now. Telangana is aggressively funding early stage tech ideas through T Fund. Their support goes beyond just cash. You also get connected to T-Hub, one of India's biggest startup hubs. This is essentially especially strong for students in AI, IoT, and sustainability. Kerala Startup Mission. 30 startups has been funded from here. Kerala is making waves with consistent support for college incubated ventures. Even if you are from a small engineering college in Kochi or Calicut, you can apply through KSUM and access grants, mentorship, and state-backed events. Maharashtra Startup Week with 20 startups. Maharashtra's program is focused more on pilots and market validation. Startups that solve public problems in health, education, logistics get invited to pitch for a grant. This is perfect for the social impact and civic tech startups. And finally, West Bengal Startup Bengal. 25 startups had been funded till now. And here is the rising ecosystem, Startup Bengal. Yes, even Bengal is funding student and regional innovators. Startups here can get mentorship and access to Newtown-based startup hubs with reduced cost and local mentorship. So if you are from Kolkata, Siliguri or Durgapur, don't miss out. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is that startups are no longer just a metro phenomena. State governments are betting on students, locals, and small town founders just like you. So here is what you need to do. So go to your state startup mission website, check for grant schemes, innovation contests, or seed funding. Apply through your college incubator or directly as a team. Your big break might just be a state grant away. So far we have seen how government grants can kickstart your journey, but what happens when you need more than just an initial push? That's where private funding comes in. And yes, even as a student, you have access to it. Let's walk through the 4 key resources of private funding available to student startups in 2025. Number one, angel investors. Think of them as your startup's first believers. They are usually individuals, successful entrepreneurs, executives, or alumni who invest their personal money in early stage ventures. Platforms like Indian Angel Network, Mumbai Angels, and Chennai Angels regularly review student led startups, especially if you have some traction. And you don't need revenue to pitch, just an MVP, a strong story, and a clear problem solution fit. Number two, venture capital, in short VC. These are firms that invest bigger amounts, typically 50 lakhs to 5 crores, but usually after you have validated your idea and gained users or revenue. Some VCs like 100x.vc and Bloom Ventures even invest in early stage startups using simple, safe notes. So don't be afraid to talk to them, even just to get feedback. Number three, accelerators and incubators. These are programs that offer a mix of small capital, mentorship, networking, and access to demo days with investors. Some of the best in India include NSR CL at IIM Bangalore, Techstars Bangalore, T-Hub Hyderabad, KIT TBI Odisha, and don't forget global programs like Y Combinator, which has funded Indian students too. And number four, Campus Fund, India's student-focused VC. This one is special. Campus Fund is India's first VC by students for students. So they invest 10 to 50 lakhs in startups led by college students or recent graduates. And they don't just invest, they guide you through building, pitching, and growing. So if you are in college and have a working MVP, this is the first fund you should pitch to. So, if you don't want to raise equity right away, consider friends and family around, small investments from people who trust you. And then there is crowdfunding platforms like Fuel a Dream or Crowd Product, where you pre-sell your product, or even startup contests with cash awards, which you can keep as grant money. So, what's the final takeaway? Investors are no longer looking for perfect founders. They are looking for hungry founders with clear ideas, feedback driven products, and bold vision. So even if you are 19, even if you are building from your hostel, if your story is strong, they will listen. Uh, let's say you have got an idea, a small team, even a little traction, and now someone asks, "Are you registered?" If your answer is not yet, that's your cue to pay attention to this slide, because no investor, incubator, or government grant can fund you unless you have a legal entity. So let's break down the three most student-friendly registration options in India and which one is right for you. Number one, private limited company. This is the gold standard. Every serious startup eventually becomes a private limited because investors prefer it. You can issue shares or equity. It limits your personal liability, but it also comes with strict compliance like annual filings, auditing, etc. The minimum requirement is two directors, you plus co-founder or family member, and this is recommended if you plan to raise funding in the next 12 to 18 months. Number two is one person company, or what is called as OPC, right? This is primarily for those who wants to fly solo. OPC lets you incorporate a legal company with just one founder. It's perfect if you are still exploring the idea or don't yet have a team and want limited liability protection without heavy compliance. You can always convert it into a private limited later when you are ready to scale. So when is OPC recommended? So if you are a solo founder with MVP in hand and plan to test the waters before expanding. The third option is LLP, which is limited liability partnership. This is simpler than private limited, fewer formalities, easier compliance, but here is the catch. You can't issue equity shares. So if you want VC funding later, you will need to convert it to private limited. This is recommended if you are building a service-based startup like digital marketing, design studio, etc., and want flexibility with two or more partners. So if you are testing a hyperlocal or handmade product, you can start as a sole proprietorship or to keep things simple, but don't stay unregistered for long if you want to grow beyond your college circle. Where to register? Platforms like Vakil Search, India Filings, RazorPayX, Founders Hub can help you register within 7 to 10 days. Even if you have zero legal knowledge, they will get your PAN, TAN, MOA, AOA, and help you with GST if needed, all for a student-friendly fee. And don't forget, once you register, apply for DPIIT Startup Recognition on the Startup India portal, because that gives you benefit like tax holidays, funding eligibility, and angel tax exemption. In summary, you don't need an MBA to register your startup. You just need the right structure and a little guidance. All right. You have picked your company type. Now let's answer the next big question. How do I actually register my startup? So here is a step-by-step walkthrough, specially tailored for student founders. And yes, you can complete the whole process online. Let's go. So step one is choose a unique name. So your startup needs a name that stands out and passes legal checks. So go to MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs website, and use their check company name tool. The tip is that keep 2-3 backup names. Your first choice may already be taken. Step two, get your DSC and DIN. Before you file any forms, you and your co-founders need DSC, which is Digital Signature Certificate, and DIN, Director Identification Number. Most online legal platforms like Vakil Search or India Filings will help you get both during registration. Think of these as your official ID for signing startup documents digitally. Step 3, prepare your documents you will need. One is MOA, Memorandum of Association, what your startup does. AOA, Articles of Association, which is how your startup is governed. Identity proof of founders, address proof for your office, can be your home or hostel, plus an NOC letter. Don't stress, standard templates are available and legal platforms fill in all these things for you. And step 4, file the SPIC Spice Plus form on MCA. This is the magic form. It handles name reservation, incorporation, PAN, TAN and DIN all in one. You will upload your documents, fill in your company details and submit it online at mca.gov.in. Processing usually takes 7 to 10 working days. In step 5, apply for PAN, TAN and GST if needed. So in step 5, you need to apply for PAN, TAN and GST if needed, definitely. Once you get your certificate of incorporation, your startup becomes legally live. Now you'll need PAN and TAN for banking, payments and tax filings. GST only if you are selling products or services above the threshold, or even earlier if your client needs invoices. So many student startups skip GST early on. That's okay. Register when your first real sale happens. So in nutshell, apply for DPIIT Startup Recognition on startupindia.gov.in. Upload your incorporation docs plus a brief about your innovation. Once approved, you get access to government funding, tax breaks, and more. So, in summary, pick a name, get DSC and DIN, prepare MOA, AOA, and KYC documents, file SPICE Plus, get PAN, TAN, GST, apply for DPIIT recognition, and boom, you have gone from student to startup founder with a registered company. So there you have it. Your college isn't just a place to study, it's a place to start up. You now know how to get help from your ESL, where to apply for 20 to 50 lakhs in startup funding, and how to officially register your company step. But wait, your startup is more than just paperwork, right? Next, we are going to talk about the people who make it all happen. So, in part 3, you will learn how to find your co founder, how to manage your startup while preparing for exams, and how to go viral with zero marketing budget. So, ready to build your dream team and your first 1,000 users? So hit like and drop a comment if you are building something this semester, and let's head to part 3, which will cover teams, time and traction. Thank you.